So my name is Marta Gatarosa. I am from Brazil, and I met Karin through a friend of mine who came to visit me in Brazil. Okay, how did I first met Karin? I was going through a very delicate moment in my life, and I went through a very deep and very, how could I say, I was facing emotional panic syndrome. I had depression at that time, and this friend of mine stayed with me. She spent a month of 20 days in Brazil, and one day we were talking about, and I told her I was trying to search a kind of, not treatment, but a way to get to know myself better, right? So she flew back to Austria, there where she's from, and she sent me a meditation from Karin. She talked to Karin, and Karin told her to send me these two meditations. It was called, the first one was Pain Body Transformation. Yeah. And I decided to go for a walk and listen to the meditation, and wow, that was deep. So I said to myself, oh my God, there's something in here that I've never really seen or felt before. So I went back and I did it again and listened again, the Pain Body Transformation 1. And then I did the second one. And after the second one, it was as if I could see who I was, could find myself. I'm talking about spiritual level, not material level, but spiritual level. I had the impression I got to know myself. And all the feelings I had before, like panic syndrome, with the meditation, I couldn't feel that anymore. I was feeling really good, and I just wondered what's going on with me. And I did it again and again, and then my friend told me that Karin was going to have this retreat in Bodensee. And I said to her, yes, but I can't fly to Munich because I have panic syndrome. And I realized I didn't have it anymore. So off I went to Munich, and it was the first time I met Karin, and I was like scared, like something new. And through the meditations, I had a great experience. You know, it's funny because when I asked my friend, what does happen when you have this contact with Karin? She said to me, you have to see yourself. And I kept to say the same. You cannot describe what happens because it goes deep inside of you. It's like, for me, I had great experience. It was like, it was something that I was taken aback from what I saw there in terms of getting to know me. And in the private session, then it was wonderful. It was something like, I just love it because it was a moment where I could understand everything, what's going on inside of me, and get to know myself, my inner side. I have to say that there was a previous search. I was searching for something previously, and I just was I was having some meditations that we know that exist, good ones. I was trying to get to know myself. What happened after Karin? I had the feeling that there was me living the outside world, and there was, after Karin, me living my inside world. me connected to myself and knowing who I was like as if I had met myself, and I would have me greeting myself, getting to know who is me, really. And it was the moment when I learned, that's from my point of view, my experience was what happens was, okay, I know who I am. Now I know I am my best friend. I am really connected to myself, and it's like, it's as if you are shattered. Life puts you in a situation that sometimes you are shattered, and I could reconnect to myself. I could put the pieces together and rebuild my core. That's what happened after Karin. She could help me to do this. Yes, especially now, as I told you, that I got to know myself, and I know that when I'm trying, when I see that I'm getting back to my old patterns, I come to the meditation again, and I like, okay, I know what you mean, I got it, and off we go, and that's what keeps my balance, you know. And I'm not talking about addiction. It's something very interesting. It's like, you know that you should do it by yourself. And that's what I like very much about Karin. She doesn't create any dependence. You don't get dependent on her. I think something that I always had the feeling of being alone, in a way. Like, I have a lot of people around me. I know a lot of people, to tell the truth. I'm a well-known person where I live, but this feeling of being alone and the sense of aloneness was something that always made me so upset, sad, and just asking myself why. And after Karin, it was over, you know. I could see myself, as I told you, was like I could be in contact with my inner side. Like, through the meditations, I could get in contact with my core, and to connect to something bigger than it is just what we see, but what you feel. That's what it was a gift from her. And it was really, I feel like emotion, I feel like there's no words to describe sometimes, because it's so, it was great. So if I could be straight, is to, I'm not alone anymore. Even if you think you are not. And I could see this with Karin.